The votes are in. The Barry Bonds 756 home run ball will be branded with an asterisk. I don't know, I find it kind of funny that something like that would actually make its way to the mainstream. But I actually voted that it would be, enshrined, because I can't bring myself to hate the guy Barry Bonds, so... But whatever. The guy, he caught the ball, he can do whatever he wants with it. I'm breaking out my team colors today, since I know a lot of you other YouTubers do that when you make videos, so I felt I needed to put something on. I also got a jersey that I'm probably going to wear at some point in a future video. It's the number 8, so watch out for that. I'm going to make some picks now. I was going to wait another day to see the injury reports, but I think I've seen enough. I think I know where I'm going. And I can always make a little change a little later, so whatever. Give me Baltimore over Cleveland. I still believe in the Baltimore Ravens. I know the quarterback situation's a little hairy, but so far McNair and Bowler have played reasonably well, so whoever it is who ends up playing most of this season, I think the Ravens should more or less go the same way. They have an extremely hard schedule, but I think they can pull out 10 or 11 wins. Maybe a wild card. And, that defense, I still believe in it. It's a great unit. And, Cleveland, I guess they were kind of one-hit wonders. They should have won last week, I'll give them that, but this just isn't a very good team, it would seem. Miami over Oakland. I'm assuming Zach Thomas comes back to play the middle for the Miami defense. But either way, I'm going to go with Miami because they're at home. I trust that offense more because they've got more veterans over there, like Trent Green, who isn't a great quarterback anymore, but he won't make as many stupid mistakes as a Josh McCown would, I would expect. And Miami, I don't know, but they've still got that really good defense, so I'll go with them. Oakland's defense has disappointed me so far this year. They just haven't played very well. Except for Kurt Morrison, a really underrated middle linebacker. The offense is actually doing pretty well, especially Lamont Jordan, but I'm taking Miami, largely because they're the home team. Oh. Uh-oh. Look who's here. Goldie. Yep, that's my dog. Say hello. Say hello. Yeah, that's a good Goldie girl. Yeah, we called her Goldie. I know it's not very creative, but whatever. She's a good dog. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. Alright, anyway, I got the Jets over the Bills because, the Bills are probably going to end up one of the 3 worst teams in the league. So far, they're last in offense and last in defense, and they gave away a game they should have won against Denver. Now, J.P. Lossman's out for 2 weeks, so they turn to the rookie and Trent Edwards, and Paul Pusolosny is out for the year, taking away what was left of their linebacking depth. So they're just really a horrible team right now, and I don't see that correcting itself at any point in the near future. I really thought Pusolosny was going to compete for the Defensive Rookie of the Year, but it's just not going to happen now. And I think the Jets are going to get things together for the rest of the season. Maybe even grab a wild card, sneak up on some people. They had a rough first 2 weeks, but I think they're going to make their comeback. Dallas over St. Louis. This is a pretty easy pick. Dallas is hot. The Rams are cold. You just know that Dallas offense is going to be marching up and down the field. And the Rams are missing Steven Jackson. Mark Bulger has broken ribs, or bruised ribs, I can't remember. Their offensive line's all banged up, so what else can you say? That team is just a mess right now. They could be competing for a top 5 draft pick pretty easily. I'm going to take Detroit over Chicago. This was a tough pick. I thought about it for a little while, but then I decided that it's in Detroit. That was one reason. And also, the Bears are missing even more starters to injury than I originally thought. They're now also missing Charles Tillman, and Adam Archuleta is going to play through a broken hand. So you've got Archuleta, Brown, Dvorak, Harris, Briggs, Vasher, Tillman, and Reuben Brown. With all those starters out, they're going to be pretty helpless to stop the vaunted Detroit passing offense. And it's for that reason that I'm going to go ahead and go with the Lions. Green Bay over Minnesota. I had to think about this for a little while because I think Green Bay might be a little too, I don't know what's the word, hyped up, but I thought about it for a little while. And, it's time to really pay Green Bay some respect because they're a good team. It's time to just step up and admit that. The Vikings still have nobody who can play quarterback well for them. And the Green Bay defense is good enough to take care of Adrian Peterson, and they should get plenty of pressure on who's ever playing quarterback for the Vikings, Holcomb or Jackson, force some interceptions, force some mistakes, and Green Bay can't run the ball as it is, so Minnesota will shut down that, but Green Bay should be able to have a solid game through the air as they have been so far. I got Houston over Atlanta. Houston's missing some of their offensive weapons like Andre Johnson and possibly Amon Green, but I'd still take them over Atlanta, who I still think is the least talented team in the NFL. They've been playing better and better over the last couple of weeks, so this is an interesting surprise game. But I still think this Texans team is pretty good. I think Mario Williams and Amobi Okoye are going to have a big day. I see that defense stepping up big time, and that offense should be able to get it done. And in the hometown pick of the day, this isn't an easy pick to make because I'm not going to pick my team every week because that's how you lose games. But I do think we can win this game, so I'm taking Seattle. It is in San Francisco, and we got swept by San Francisco last year, so we're taking all that into the game on Sunday. And, we don't want to forget things like that. We don't want to underestimate this team. But I look at the 49ers, and I see a pretty poor offense. So our defense has been playing pretty well this year. I think we've given up 23 points, 6 points, and 19 points in 3 games so far this year. That's pretty good. And then I look at their defense, and their defense is good, but they're missing Manny Lawson, which makes them weak to tight ends, so hopefully a big day for Marcus Pollard. Patrick Willis is the defensive rookie of the year right now. He's been a complete monster in the middle. So we got to get a blocker on him. Free up Sean because Willis is faster than most running backs in the league, like Sean Alexander. He's faster than him. He's faster than most running backs not named Willie Parker or Brian Westbrook. So we got to get a body on him because he'll be eating up Sean all day if we don't. They got that great secondary and our receivers aren't exactly superstars, so I don't see a lot of action in the passing game. It's probably going to be a low-scoring game, but I think we can come out with it. I really do. I do think we're a better team. I really do. Carolina's got some problems right now. They might miss Jake Delhomme and Dan Morgan and Mike Rucker. They're missing players to injury right now. And I still don't think Tampa's that good. They've won a couple of games now, so for them, they beat the Saints, they beat the Rams convincingly. They fought valiantly against Seattle, but I'm just not totally sure I'm ready to buy into it. They've only had one real offensive weapon so far this year. I still believe that defense is too old to last much longer. So I look at Carolina, and I think they can overcome most of the injuries they have because they have good depth at those spots. Like, they got pretty good depth at linebacker with what they did in the draft, and they got David Carr backing up Jake Delhomme. So I'm going to take Carolina, largely because they are the home team, also because I think Carolina is a better team, and I think they'll be able to overcome the injuries and come away with the victory here. Indianapolis is about to expose Denver, and I say this as someone who rather likes Denver and what they do. But Indianapolis, Joseph Adai is going to have a monster game against this crappy run defense. And, on paper, this is a good defense, but they cannot stop the run. That being said, I wouldn't expect too much out of Peyton